Today I wanted to talk a little bit about who I am and why I take my job so seriously. As I've shared publicly, I am the fifth child in a family of 14 children, and on both sides of my family is a history of alcohol abuse. And when you grow up in a really big family, first of all, and you're one of the older, especially daughters, you grow up taking care of people. And so from the beginning, I was always taking care of my little siblings and naturally kind of becoming very responsible. But in my own personal journey, as well as a midwife, I have experienced loss. I've experienced babies that had known or unknown birth defects or genetic disorders that weren't compatible with life. And every midwife with enough experience sees this. Life is not a guarantee, and when babies are born, they separate from the umbilical cord and the placenta. And so for babies, for example, with heart defects, a lot of times they will die shortly after birth. Thankfully, this is not happening as much as it used to, but death is part of midwifery work. And when it happens, when you lose your child, you lose your future. And it's devastating. It's just terrible. And they say, obstetrics and midwifery is like 90% sheer joy and 10% just awful heartache. But also in my own personal journey, I had infertility all of my 20s until I was in my 30s. And so for me, I take this job really seriously because I've always wanted to have kids. I've always wanted to be a mom. And walking that journey of not knowing if that would happen for me just really made me appreciate and respect life all the more. And so actually, I think as I've grown and matured, I've had to learn to let go of some of that responsibility, to not be overly responsible for people, just to accept what's my responsibility as a healthcare provider and midwife, and that individuals have their own responsibility of their health and their health of their family. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that because I think it's so easy to criticize midwives, to criticize other healthcare providers, doctors, OBGYNs, other people in this space. And just to say it, this is a really challenging job. It's so hard. Anybody that works in the perinatal space knows that it is really challenging, especially if you are a healthcare provider where you're taking that responsibility yourself. If you're a doula, you bear some responsibility, but you're not making choices for that person. So it is a lot less than to be a midwife. So I hope you enjoy this video and it helps you get a glimpse of who I am and why I am the way I am, and subscribe to my content for more videos about birth and breastfeeding.